Welcome to Space Socket. A 30-year-old tries to shame Kevin Samuels, but it quickly turns into a reality check. Let's get into it.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, y'all.
How are you?
How old are you?
I'm doing fine.
How old are you?
Oh, I'm 30.
What is your criticism or critique?
Like she said, that you always putting black women down. Did a black woman hurt you or something? I mean, I don't
Okay, so
understand.
we've got all the insults out of the way. So let's get to the conversation. Okay. Just don't worry about insults. Stay
Okay.
conversation. Can you do that?
Yeah, I could do that.
All right.
I don't have none though.
Well, but we don't do that. See, I've already addressed all your insults that you could have. Who hurt you? Your mama black, you gay. We've got all that out of the table. Let's get to the grown stuff, okay?
Why do you think that it shouldn't be 50-50?
Let's get to the
Why do
grown.
you think that it should be?
Okay, one rule. Don't overtalk me. Let's get to the grown stuff. Your critique is I always put black women down.
Yeah.
How often have you been watching my content?
Maybe a few months.
So you have not seen any videos to where I say anything nice about black women.
No.
How many times do you watch my videos a week?
Well, see, the first time I ever watched it, you was putting a black woman down. So to me, right there, that automatically that ruined it.
Ma'am. That's what you watched is not my responsibility. Congratulations, ma'am, with that big old rock on your hand. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. She said, hold it up again. Hold it up again. Hold on. Yeah. Bam, bam. God damn, she got the infinity stone up on that piece. Congratulations. That's very good. Thank you very much.
He could do it similar to me.
My sister changed a lot, and
Okay.
another marriage.
What
You have to say to that. All right. That's on this very Instagram platform you're on right now. A black woman saying what?
I'm going to call on Kevin's show, and I'm going to tell him that because of you, I was able to snatch the ring.
Where's your husband? Where's your husband?
You said my husband?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
So basically, okay. I'm just asking. I don't know if you're married or single. I didn't answer that question.
No, I'm single.
Okay, so I want to know if you've been watching me for a couple of months, and that happened this year.
Okay.
How you can tend to overlook that, and it's all over my platform.
Because when you go live,
ma'am,
that's not what you're talking about, though. When you go live, you're not talking about that, Kevin. When you go live,
what do you have to say about that? What do you have
I mean,
to say
that's
about
outstanding. That's good for now, but that's not what you're always talking about. You as a black man should be on a black woman's team.
I talk about what women come up to talk about. See, this is the problem. You ladies want to have a narrative. When I show you something that counteracts it, you don't even say, you know what, maybe I was wrong. Do you think maybe you could be wrong?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
No, you're wrong.
Just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. I'll give you maybe 10%. Yeah, 10% maybe I could be wrong. But the other 90%, no, because the things that I hear you say that we should automatically be listening to what the black man said. It's not our fault that they took the black man out the house. No, that's not our fault. Is it our place to put him back in the house?
Hold on,
yeah.
Okay, stop. Who took the black man out of the house?
The white man took the black man out of the house.
No, he didn't.
Not the black man. I mean, not us, but the white man.
Excuse me. No, he didn't. Black 75% divorce rate. Divorce is filed at 80% rate by our women. That ain't a white man's name on the divorce decree.
So what about people in divorce?
No, but
man, we were the most married people. We were married at a rate of 80% prior to 1965. And there's no white people couldn't break us apart in chattel slavery, Jim Crow, segregation. But what did was feminism in college. How many children?
I don't have any children.
Okay. So, so again, you're sitting back saying what I don't. I talk to women every day, and I respond to what they say.
Okay.
Okay.
So, if
He ain't gonna be anywhere. That's basically what
Oh, okay.
who's in the
So,
background, you
so
told us to
basically,
have a
you
conversation
said,
with y'all talk about. Because see, this is what I mean. This is what I want you guys to understand.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm doing good, you?
I'm okay. How old are you?
I'm 26.
First name.
I'm Nelly.
All right. So, what's your criticism or critique of my content?
So basically, I feel like it's not really a criticism, but it's something that I think you should work on. I do feel like you do focus on high value men a lot when there are high value females out there that are, I'm nervous, I'm sorry. That there are high value females that are out there, and they are making things like just like the high value men is doing their things too. We are doing the same thing also. And I do agree. Some black females do come in here and do
Okay.
things.
So, hold on. Don't go off.
Sorry.
I should focus on what?
So I think you should focus on, you do give high, like females, black, I'm sorry, English is my third language, so I'm like
Okay.
trying to process
I should
everything.
focus on what?
So focus, not really focus, but try to highlight females that are out here making it as high value females.
No.
Okay.
What do you go to Essence, Ebony, Madame Noir, any of these female platforms and tell them to change who they target their message to?
Not at all. That's not how
Stop,
I came
stop,
in.
stop, stop. Is this a platform for men or for women?
I believe for men.
Right.
And I mean, I do love what you're doing. You putting a lot of black men out there and
What
doing.
makes a woman high value?
I believe from following your show, you did say that making like a amount type of money, like a six figure. The way that he basically dressed himself,
What makes a
carry.
a female high value?
I think the amount of money that they make, either six figure, the way that they, feminine, divine feminine energy, I believe is a way that you should carry yourself, not just be too loud, or most people will say ghetto. You need to have like some type of education. No, being rich doesn't have to do with education. You can just wake up, do content, and become rich. So education start
You
at
can
home.
just wake up, do content, and become rich.
Well, not like that. You have to put work into it. Everything that you do, you have to put work into.
Ma'am, what you just described that makes a woman high value is the same thing you said that makes a man high value.
Yes.
So are men and women equal?
I believe not, because men have to do a
Ma'am,
lot more.
what makes a woman high value is men decide which women are high value. We decide which women are most desired and most in demand. And that's not what men value in a woman. None of the things you said. See, the problem is women like yourself want us to value what you value. We don't care about your money because we don't get to spend it. We don't care about your education because it's not going into our benefit. You know what men want in general, black men in particular? They want women like you to wear your natural hair.
Okay.
That's one of the biggest comments people keep saying. Stop playing with your hair.
Okay.
Would you believe that something as simple, something as quote unquote simple as hair matters that much to men?
I can believe it.
Okay. Have you heard men say their issues with the way women are choosing to adorn their hair these days?
Yeah.
What are some of the issues that you've heard men say they've had with what women are choosing to do with their hair?
I believe like most guys in my family hate the lace that most females are doing now. I have heard that a lot. A lot of people prefer the natural hair, no perms, no nothing, because you know that's a lot of high maintenance. And when you do wear your natural hair, you look like you know you are very beautiful. So I have heard
Okay,
that a lot.
lace fronts, what else?
The braids take a long time,
Well,
and
if they're yours, um, and I think braids are more acceptable than a lot of things. But even just in this conversation, if you want to talk about highlight high value women, uh, it's hard to highlight the value of a woman when women don't even do the simple things that men are requested regarding their hair. You know how often I talk to women who call themselves high value and they have blonde hair, red hair, green hair, lace fronts, and all those other things. And men are told to shut up and not say anything about it, but then they're not choosing these women.
okay.
And this conversation proves that you ladies hear what we say, but you don't want to do what we're asking. So we get to determine the value. I focus on high value because those are the men that men want to become, and those are the men that many men want to become for whatever their reasons are, and those are the men that women are choosing to go after.
Okay.
That's why the conversation is around that. So appreciate it. Do you have any issues other than
Not at all. I love what you're doing, putting the black men's on the map. So that's all. I
okay,
just wish
appreciate
we
it.
could get it.
Trying to shame someone in a conversation, especially publicly, is a risky move because it shifts the focus from facts to emotion. And once that happens, it becomes less about understanding and more about winning. This is where Kevin Samuels flips the situation. Instead of engaging with the emotion, he typically brings the conversation back to structure, asking direct questions, focusing on specifics, and forcing clarity. Now here's the key point. Shame tactics only work if the other person accepts the frame. But when someone stays grounded in logic and doesn't react emotionally, that strategy falls apart quickly. And that's what likely happened here. What started as an attempt to put him on the defensive turned into a moment where she had to explain her own position under pressure. And without a solid foundation, that's hard to maintain. The issue isn't disagreement. People can disagree all day. The issue is using emotion as a substitute for a strong argument. Because when emotions are stripped away, what's left has to stand on its own. This is why Kevin Samuels' approach often leads to those humbling moments. Not because he's attacking, but because he's forcing clarity where there was confusion.